Yes. So that's wonderful. So here we are. Namaskar, namaskar, namaskar. So early morning, it's around, not too early, it's around 8:45 here. Is today a Tuesday or a Wednesday?
If you're asking
I
the
think
wrong person, I'm
Tuesday.
a
I
little
think it is Tuesday.
Tuesday. If it
It's a
is
Tuesday,
Tuesday.
yes. Mangalwar. So it's a great day that I'm here. And I've come here to have breakfast with Seetha ji, and she insists that I call her Seetha. So you decide, what should I call you?
Sita is good enough.
All
All
right.
the G is implied in it.
All right, got it. Namaskar, namaskar. So, how are you, Razak? How are you, Ignis? How are you, Vishnu? Wonderful, wonderful. So, I'm here in Chennai and I'm chatting with Sita. I have done one show with her, but that was over StreamYard. We were in two different cities. So, actually, we are meeting after how long?
Let's say we met, we connected pre-COVID and we're connecting post-COVID.
All right, great.
That's my way of looking at
Yes,
everything. I have a
yes.
post-COVID.
So yeah, so I think at least we are physically meeting up after at least a year,
Definitely
or more,
longer,
more than
more
that,
than that.
more
It's
than
been
a year.
yeah. We
But
met at that hotel when you came for a shoot, Anna.
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
ITC.
yes, and we
Yeah, you had a talk that day, and
yes,
I
yes,
came to. We had
yes,
lunch together. That
yes,
was
we
about a
did.
couple of years ago.
Oh, okay, okay. But we have been in touch, and what is interesting about Sita is that she is inspiration personified. So many people ask me, where do I source my inspiration from? Sita is one of those people whom I source my inspiration from. And so at the end of the year, as we are heading, so I'm here shooting for a film. In fact, we packed up at pretty late. I packed up at 3:30.
Wow, and you're here.
Yeah, because she's getting me some amazing breakfast. So breakfast is being cooked. So while how are you, Rose? Yes, so breakfast is being made, huh?
Very special Andhra dish, by the
Yeah.
way.
What is it?
It's called minappa roti. You'll never get to eat it in a restaurant. You'll
Okay.
only get to eat it in homes because
Okay.
it's made with fresh idli batter and it's a
Yeah.
very typical Andhra dish.
All right. It is so fresh. I told her that can we make it a little later? She said no. I said half an hour later. She said no way. It has to be made now, otherwise it ferments. So just to check with you, so we'll share some very interesting things have happened to her over the last 1 year also, huh?
Yes.
Including a broken toe right now. But the spirit is great, huh?
That's the only thing that keeps me going. What else to do? Because you can't let, I'm living by myself. It's I, me, myself. So my spirit is like an additional friend who keeps me company and keeps me going, even though it's part of me. We have a conversation with each other.
Isn't that amazing? You just said the spirit is your companion.
Yes.
Yes. That's such a beautiful way of looking at it. Imagine she's saying that her spirit is her companion, so might as well have a bright companion.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, so what is interesting about Sita is her ability to turn every conversation into a conversation about cheer and newness. So I will talk some very interesting things about it also. About that, even though so she is somebody who's gone through COVID, okay, you've traveled through it, and that happened in which month?
September 22nd, to be precise.
Okay.
I was sitting at around the same place at 4 o'clock in the evening. I was fine. At 4:40, I had 102 temperature. And by about 5:30, I had spoken to a doctor and made arrangements to go to hospital. I moved very fast. It still took about 4 days for the process for me to get admitted in hospital because you have to take the test. But it was the days I was in shock, shell shocked. But the days helped me because I didn't get scared. I was in such a daze, I didn't know what was happening. So I got myself admitted. There was nobody. I just told my maids, everybody don't come. I informed the neighbors, told the president of my association that I'm down with fever and I'm taking a test. So to be on the safe side, nobody come near my house.
Okay.
Once the results came, I just got admitted, got treated. I think I was very lucky, because I've lost a lot of friends younger than me, in better health than me. And there's no saying how this goes. So I would tell everybody, be careful, stay careful, take extra care, and, protect yourself. It's just not worth getting it. But if you get it, the only way, what we can do to handle it is don't be scared. I told myself, what's the worst case scenario? Maximum, I'll die. One day I have to die. So don't get scared of it. Today I'm alive. No, let me see how I can come back home alive.
See, this is how she kind of brings forth everything. And I love this, so it started with something interesting when you said that the spirit is your companion. For each one of us, along with us, we have a spirit who is our companion. So how will it be if we can actually keep that companion as a cheerful companion?
You have to, because first there was quarantine when I
Yeah.
came back from the US,
Yeah.
followed by lockdowns.
You just go on. I'll just charge
Okay.
something. Yeah, go on.
Okay. Lockdown first, followed by quarantine. Quarantine first, followed by 3 lockdowns.
Yeah.
After that, COVID. After COVID, almost, I should say, ostracized. I don't mean to be bad, but people are petrified of me. So nobody has come home. In fact, Ashish is one of the first visitors. I actually, if I had a red carpet, I would have spread it, a virtual red carpet, Ashish, to welcome you. I was so thrilled. I actually decided I'll wear some earrings, put on some lipstick, dress up. I mean, I've been doing virtual shows, but it's not the same as meeting a human being.
Yes.
So friend, that too. So a dear
amazing.
friend. So
Amazing. So that is something which is always I've looked up to you, Seetha, that each time anything comes up for you. So here is something, we all of us, Gurmeet Kaur is saying good morning, ma'am. A lot of people are saying hello
morning
to
to
you.
everybody.
So typically in life, all of us are going in a particular way. So today we said that we will talk about 2020, because 2020 everybody is saying horrible things about it. Okay. And I have a feeling that why should I say horrible thing about a year which has been part of my life? All right.
I agree.
And it's the same way. Why should I say horrible things about anything which has happened to me?
No, there was a fear
Yes.
in 2020, I agree.
Yes,
but
yes.
we should not forget all the good things
Learnings.
that happened.
Yes.
The best thing that happened to me in 2020 is I have two sons, both living in various countries. I live all alone. And I try telling myself I'm not going to feel lonely. I'm not going to think I'm alone. I make a tremendous effort. But they were busy with their own lives,
Yeah.
and there was nothing much to talk. They'll check on me every now and then.
Yeah.
Ever since I returned in March from the US, every day both my sons talk to me. I can't tell you how precious it is, how much I look forward to that call. And even if it's just they want to hear my voice, it's not that I'm asking them to call me.
Yes.
They're not able to complete their day without hearing my voice once. It's become so important to them. And that, I think, has made a quality difference to my life,
Yeah.
having both of them call me.
Yeah.
I see it's virtual, but I see my grandchildren more often, and they are just pure joy. So, yeah, I completely forget what's happening outside when I see the kids. So that's been great. I do battle, but that doesn't cover my 24 hours. So evening time, especially 6 o'clock, it's dark. I don't even see buildings or faces from any window of mine. I love it during the day. I see the river, I see sunrise. Thank you, Selvi.
Thank you, Selvi.
We've got some coffee.
Got some freshly brewed
steaming
coffee.
hot.
Thank you.
Excuse me for taking one coffee sip.
Why excuse? Please have.
Oh, terrific. Thank you.
Terrific. Now, Selvi, thank you. You can just pull the door. Thank you.
So the rest of the time, it was a constant battle with myself. I had to, yes.
And I love the bubbles of the coffee.
Exactly.
So here is I don't know if you can see once again. You see the bubbles? Yeah, the bubbles in the coffee. It is said that these bubbles release the taste. So here is a question I have. A bit like bubbles, they say that, when you do this to the coffee, then some amazing taste comes out. So I have a question. Is it true, this kind of a manthan, this kind of a churning which happens in life, and life throws up all these things, do they also release some hidden capabilities that we have?
My God, you're having amazing connection
Yeah.
to the coffee.
It's just
How,
because of the coffee.
I think we are a lot alike. Every little thing inspires us. We
Yeah.
find inspiration in little things and
Yes.
connect it with our life.
Yes.
So that, I used to be a dancer and I sang even in movies when I was a kid, playback. I never learned music, but I had a natural ability to sing. And I had forgotten all that when I joined Doordarshan, not because, Doordarshan encouraged artists a lot, but I forgot my own art and I
Because
was
you were
concentrated.
shooting other people.
Yes, and I was shooting amazing people. So
Yes.
why would I think I will sing when I can hear Balamurali Krishna
Wow, wow.
or Pandit Jasraj? When I can see Yamini Krishnamurti, Padma Subramaniam, or Kanak Rele, or amazing dancers. Why would I want to dance? Or because I'm nothing in front of them, I thought. Post COVID, post I wouldn't just say COVID. Ever since the COVID started in the world, and I have been, you know, constrained in my house, my mind has started soaring. I have found so much within me. The music that was dormant in me, I started singing again to
Wow,
start
wow,
with.
wow.
Then when COVID happened, I was so out of breath. I was struggling. So I kept wondering, can I sing again? Can I sing again? Can I sing? And but I kept making. I have a voice recorder.
Yes.
I start coughing, but I just keep singing and recording. But more recently, now that was because of the lungs. I thought of singing. And then a few days, less than a week ago, I cracked my toe. And then I was sitting here and I sang a song and just recorded it because I was doing some Sanskrit classes.
Yeah.
Just to say, can I remember the Sanskrit shloka? I recorded it.
Kya
And then
baat
I
hai.
sat right here and I did the dance, which I have not done for 45 years. Okay. 45 years. I said, I will not even try to dance. Such great dancers there. My body doesn't move, even though
Yeah.
my mind moves.
Yeah.
Guess what? That body moves.
Yes.
Your mind can make your body move. Your mind can make your voice sing. I may not be as good at Pandit Jasraj and as good. Now I don't compare myself to anyone. This is me. This is Seetha. This is what God has given me. This is what I'm capable of, and I love what I'm doing.
Ha. Ha. This is, one of the reasons that I search for moments to come and meet her is is this. It's such an inspiration. Now let me just kind of get in a couple of points that Sita spoke of. Yes, there is fear. Yes, there is, am I good enough? Yes, there is, what will happen to me? But something interesting that you just said, fear is there if I keep thinking of my past and if I keep looking at क्या मेरी जिंदगी वैसी होगी जैसे पहले थी.
बिल्कुल.
Huh?
I agree.
So we'll do a little bit in Hindi also so people also understand. So imagine if our life is only about कि पहले क्या हुआ था वैसा होगा कि नहीं, it'll never match up. So what you just shared is very interesting. That over the years, as you were you were producing and you were watching and in the presence of stalwarts, everything is fantastic. You had a job and everything, and you were very doing so well for yourself. First in CPC, then the other parts of Doordarshan. But what is very interesting is that in this period, you got connected to your own voice.
Absolutely. You hit the nail on the head. My inner self.
Yeah, and it is not just a question of singing, dear friends. What I'm hearing here is that she got connected to her inner self, her calling, your calling.
Yes.
Yeah, and now look at this thing. Okay, now this is where again it kind of in me. So imagine her inner calling was singing. So there's lockdown, you're connecting to your singing, and guess what? COVID happens. She's breathless, you are breathless, you can't sing. Cough is there, stuff is happening. Imagine, I will still go on. I will still go on. And this is something which really inspires me. So for me also, you know, somewhere, yes, when life gives you lemon, make lemonade out of it. Don't complain. In fact, Ishan, how Sita lives it, she turns it into reality, into real life. It's not like an intellectual conversation, it is like a real conversation, how it really impacts. So here is something which I ask you. As you said, that the spirit is our companion. So for each one of us, you and I, हम लोग सबों का दोस्त जो है हमारा हमारा स्पिरिट है, you know. और अगर हम स्पिरिट को जागृत रखते हैं, if we keep it, wow, then it's fine. I completely agree with you, because for me, if I am bored, if I am morose, who's going to cheer me up? And you so beautifully put it, I am going to walk every day of my life with my spirit.
Let me put it this way.
Yeah.
I can't always look for solutions from elsewhere. People have been there. It's great when, like today, you are here and I'm talking to you. It's wonderful. After you leave, the next person I see maybe after 3-4 months. So, am I going to just wait? When will Ashish come again? When will X come? What's going to happen? It can't be like that. So, in between, I have to find things to do with myself because I do live alone. I choose to live alone. It's not that I'm not a victim of some sad situation. So no tragedy in my life. I choose to live here because I love the ambience of the city. I love the culture of Tamil Nadu. I love being here. Unfortunately, I can't see all that now. I love films, but just because a lot of what I'm used to is not there, I'm not going to give up on life. And like you said, if I'm morose, my children will stop calling me also. They're happy to see me happy. That gives them a lot of strength. When they hear my voice, when they see me happy, we are mutually helping each other go through this, you see.
Okay, so here is a question for you. Here is a question for you. And Gurmeet Kaur is saying, but people break down, ma'am. हिंदी में भी हम बोलेंगे कि पर क्या होगा जब लोग टूट जाए, if they feel broken.
I think I have gone through so many times during this past, especially post COVID. Let me tell you, physically it is so demoralizing that you can't do anything. I like my friends invited me to Bangalore to be with them because why should you be alone for New Year?
Yeah.
I don't have the confidence to travel to Bangalore. I have the confidence with friends being there, but to pack up to travel, I've lost a lot of physical confidence going out. So I'm finding, but tootna to, I mean, I feel I have been so close to breaking so often during this past 3 months. It's been so close. Diwali, there was a time when I asked God, why did you make me survive the COVID? Is this what I have to live for, to be alone? I can't see even lights. I can't see, nobody comes to give me sweets because I thought this for a brief second. And then I said, what's wrong with me? Why can't I see my children enjoying? Look at my son now, he has a wife and he has 2 kids and he's enjoying Diwali with them. Look at my younger son, he's got a wife and he's enjoying it with his wife and friends. Why am I not seeing their happiness and getting happiness from it? Why am I thinking myself sad?
Very powerful. Very powerful. So here is a situation where anyone will say, मैं actually अकेला हूँ यार. I'm actually alone. She says, Diwali time, festive spirit, nobody's even walking up to give her sweets. Why? They are scared. She's actually physically feeling alone, mentally feeling alone. But in spite of that, the way ahead. So all of us, each one of us, I'll tell you for myself, there are so many times in my life when I feel when I'm at the lowest.
Yes.
I feel at the lowest when I feel मैं अकेला हूँ. I'm alone. Nobody around understands me. So imagine that each one of us will go through and does go through this phase of feeling unloved.
Yes. No, I don't agree with
okay,
unloved.
all right, okay. So I'm just saying. Okay,
alone.
I am saying that how I translate it into when people don't understand me, I translate it into I am unloved
at this moment.
At this moment,
I agree.
Okay.
Yes.
Now look for yourself. This is not just a conversation about Seetha's life and my life. It is about all of our lives. I'm saying we get a feeling. I'll say I get a feeling And when we make that feeling as the truth, then we are totally alone. Nobody understands. It's a fact. Now, what you are sharing and what I'm getting through you is that wherever we are in our life, if we are feeling alone, if we are feeling unloved, if we are even probably feeling unwanted, there is a way out.
Yeah. I think what you're saying is very true. Unwanted is a very important word. We are
कि
so
मतलब
used to
लोगों की
giving.
मेरी जरूरत नहीं है दुनिया में.
To tell you the truth, nobody needs me now.
Okay, got it.
Okay, I am redundant in this world, but I didn't choose to be born. God, somebody has created me, and somebody is going to take me when my time comes. My job is to live what life I have as best as I can, without wanting my children to need me, without wanting the society to need me, without wanting, you every time you come to Madras to feel Ashish has to visit me. This need, these expectations, they don't help us in any way. It's good to see you. If you can't make it, it's okay. We'll meet next time. We have to be cool about these things now.
I'm learning. I'm really taking a lot of takeaways for myself. Okay, so my takeaway just at this point also is that even if I'm feeling unwanted, maybe I am unwanted. So suppose I'm saying that maybe you are not unwanted, but you feel unwanted. But imagine you are very clear that if you are born, अगर हम जिंदा, अगर हम पैदा हुए और उसके बाद अभी भी जिंदा है, if we are born by chance and we are still alive by chance, then probably somebody somewhere has a design for us.
Absolutely.
And even in the midst of that complete hopelessness, I am unwanted, world doesn't want me, doesn't care for me. Imagine if I can surrender to the fact that if I am still alive, there is something, there is a role for me. And Seetha, I'll share something very interesting with you. For me, in my life, in my professional life, in my personal life, I'm a very restless person.
I know that.
You know that. She knows me from when I
and it's just out of
1990. You know me from 1990. Okay, so I've been a very restless person. I'm 55 and I'm restless, and restlessness makes me wanting to do more with my life. So my out, as they say, how do you step out? आपकी जो situation होती है ना, you have to step out of that situation. अगर आपको कोई भी situation ठीक नहीं लग रही, तो आप उस सिचुएशन से बाहर कैसे निकलेंगे? How do you step out is your game, my game. All of us are, our game. Now imagine that is up to us. And for me, your ability, my ability to find some reason to step out is good enough. So when I feel down and out, I'm looking at what else can I create. So one of the things, and you said very beautifully, if you are morose, who would want to come and talk with you?
Exactly.
But अगर हम लोग दुखी बैठे हैं, नाराज बैठे हैं, we are angry and upset with the entire world, who wants to talk to us? And next level, imagine, forget about others. Do I want to spend time with somebody who's angry and upset, as you said, my companion, my spirit? Okay? And
if I'm going to cry about COVID and say I was all alone and oh God, nobody is there, I'm ostracized, isolated, poor me, you would say, excuse me, I got a short, bye, and run away.
Yeah.
So we have to. I must tell you something. When I was getting admitted in hospital, I don't mean to sound morbid. I just wanted Gurmeet to know that breaking, how often one reaches it at different times. Here I am all alone with the COVID. I have to lock up this house and I may not come back alive, right?
That is a beautiful, very powerful thing.
So I went, that's my puja room there.
Yes, there.
I went there and I said, well, thank you, God, for everything you've given me. I've had a beautiful life. If my time has come, thank you for everything. If you want to take me, I surrender. And I went. I called the ambulance. I went all alone. I locked up. First, I thought, what happens to all the things in my house? My house, so who do I get? Nobody wanted to touch my house keys because I'm COVID carrier. And then I thought to myself, what difference does it make? I won't be here. Jo hoga, so hoga. Yeah, it doesn't matter. First, think of reaching the hospital, being a responsible person, taking care of myself because I owe it to my family.
Beautiful.
When I came back, I went straight to the puja room, removed my mask, washed my feet, all that, and went there and I said, well, you brought me back home. You must be having some
Plan
purpose
for me.
in life, some plan. Tell me what it is, and I'll try to do it as best as I can. That's
This is Seetha. This is Seetha. You know what she shared, when she shared this with me, and she was just going to the hospital. She was in the hospital when we
Yes.
spoke. I came to know
Yeah.
through a Facebook post.
Yes.
Okay, and I kind of connected. What she did, I felt, Seetha, is that you became bigger than that moment. Just that moment. Come in, come in.
come in.
So you were just bigger than that moment. Come in, come in. Please. So
Hello.
we are having breakfast, and you can just come in and say hello, and then we'll again join up.
Welcome
So I think
home,
it's,
Janaki.
fantastic. Come, please come. One second. We'll just add to this, okay?
We
We'll
have-
just
we can-
add to this, okay? Come.
We can pull up the chair.
Yes, I'll just pull up the chair. Why don't you sit here? You can move a little bit there.
Thank you so much. Please come. Come sit.
Please sit. Please sit.
Ashish ji, you should be
Arre,
sitting there.
please sit. I'm just pulling my chair. Let's try and all get into this frame.
Frame. Ah,
Okay.
lovely.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. Not bad. We fitted into this frame. Huh?
You,
We
you
fitted-
move in a
Yeah,
little
yeah,
bit.
yeah. Yes.
Okay,
Please,
there we
please
are.
come inside.
No,
Okay,
we are all in.
we're all in.
We are all in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Thank you, thank you. And what a lovely way to spend a Margary morning.
Isn't
Yes.
it?
Yeah.
Yes.
And when Ashish is there, there's always celebrations
I'm-
and conversations.
Always.
Yes.
And we are engaging in an amazing conversation. You'll
Okay.
catch up with a whole lot of it, Janvi.
Okay.
She's so right now this person who's sitting next to you in September. She went through her COVID thing. She recovered all alone in this house, and she was sharing some amazing things. One of the reasons that I want you both to meet. In fact, I have invited Janki to come and meet Seetha. Is that they both are full of spunk. Okay, she's Zinda Dili, and that's something. And I called her yesterday. In fact, I was in Bombay when I called her and said, Janki, I want you to meet somebody really amazing. So thank you for accepting this.
Thank you. I've
Thank
seen
you
you
for
on the
having me
screen,
here.
but so
Oh,
nice to meet
no.
you in person.
And I know she's someone who's taking dance to. I think now we are too used to these little screens, but she started it, I think, 25 years back.
45.
45 years
Yeah, we just missed it by about 20 years. No.
And to make every single dancer come on Doordarshan,
Yes.
I think she's recorded everybody.
I think, except the younger generation. I
Yes.
don't know the youngsters now. I see them on stage or watch them on YouTube.
Yeah.
But I recorded all the, I think almost everybody who's above 35, 40, who's a dancer all over India, probably. All styles.
No wonder.
All
No wonder
styles.
you haven't recorded me because I'm not above 30. Of course, I'm a dancer.
That's why you're recording
Yeah,
this
yeah,
now.
I saw your play in which you did such beautiful dance movements. In Delhi, I
The Ashanti
attended.
Diary was,
Yes.
the earlier ones.
Yeah, so I've seen, in NSD, they teach you so much of dance. And there must be a little bit of Kathakali in you. There must be
Kathak from my
Kathak from your mother and Kathakali from your
my
father.
father.
Let's see your eyes going like
Yeah.
this.
Yes. So she shared some. Can we ask Selvi for some coffee for Janvi?
Yes. Shall we? Konjam, or cup of coffee with sugar?
With no sugar.
No sugar, okay?
I'm already very sweet.
Yes.
Same here. I also don't. Ashish needs a little bit
Yeah.
of,
Yeah,
he needs
yeah.
to reach
Yeah.
our
Our level.
bittersweet.
sweetness level. Please don't ever get diabetes.
Oh my God! What if I say that I'm already there, but I keep taking up? I kind of manage.
Okay.
Manage.
Fine.
So she shared something very interesting, Anki, which I thought just before. She said that all of us travel life with spirit as our companion, our spirit.
Wow.
So might as well light up that spirit and keep a fantastic, spirit.
Sometimes it gets cold, the spirit, and it goes under the blankets. And sometimes you need a jolt to shake out that spirit and, make you come out of it and say, hello, where were you? And you start conversation with your own spirit. That's what
But
he
answer
does.
Gurmeet too, because she was asking.
Yeah, Gurmeet was.
I remember, what happens when you feel you're breaking.
Yeah.
That's when the spirit is cold and it's not responding to you.
No, and when you're breaking, I think it is very normal and very correct to say, I'm not okay.
Yeah.
And to reach out. Because there are some times that, you can't do everything yourself.
Sure.
Sometimes you just need this trigger. Like, who knew that I would be in conversation with both of you? So, never say no to an opportunity. And when
Yeah.
Ashish beckons, you better not say no.
Absolutely. And he knows my house is always open to him. Once he came to visit me, I had my sister, my mother had just had a 2-bedroom house in Baisanagar.
Yes.
He said, no problem. I put a mattress, a tiny mattress out of, which was hardly big enough for him.
So nice.
And he slept right there in the living room on the floor. I mean, he's just like,
So
he was
the best
already a
part
big
is-
artist at that
So
time.
the
okay?
best part is that if when you are around friends and some good food and some
Yes,
interesting
yes.
conversations, what's sleep got to do with it?
Yeah.
So for years back, I remember, we were doing theater in Delhi, and we used to travel to different parts of the country to do our performances. And I used to love my sleep. Oh, sleep is a must. So I remember I would just get in, have a little conversation, go up, and just sleep, and or rather at night, keep awake till late, and then keep sleeping for as much time as I can, and wake up just in time to reach. And Ranjit Kapoor, the noted
Yes,
theatre
of
director,
course.
and he used to say things in passing, never underlining it. He said, "जो सोता है ना वो खोता है." Now, so at one end it was khota hai means
I know.
lose
Yeah,
it,
lose it.
but in Punjabi
Khota
it is
hai.
also
खोता coin.
Sikka, na?
वो तो खोता है.
khota is donkey.
Oh my God.
So I heard, and I really, I really heard this for myself, Janki and Seetha. I heard it for myself that how stupid can you get if you can sleep your way past those amazing things which life is happening. And I don't, and when we say sleep, I just don't mean that you go to sleep when you're inactive.
Yes.
When, like, for example, one of the things, Janki, which always puts me off, and therefore I never do it. People have a status called "I'm busy." I'm busy. Don't call. I'm busy. I'm sure it says something about them that they are busy. I have never found myself busy. It's very boring to be busy. In fact, years back, I told Pilu once. I said, "Pilu, can you imagine what a horrible description of our life will be if years later we tell the world and we tell ourselves, oh, we are doing so much in our life, we are so busy that we couldn't do this and this and this and this." So I said, how will it be if we can be someone who have done everything and have had time for this and this and this and this and this. So it is that ability, even when people say, for example, I was sharing that I wrapped up pretty late last night, 3:30 or something. But the pleasure, I do not want to miss this opportunity to have a conversation with her.
Lovely.
All right.
Seetha and Janaki.
Yes,
And
and now and
same
just
name.
added.
Same
Two
names.
same, by the way, do you know
Same
Seetha
names.
and Janaki are the same names of.
Yes.
I didn't remember that, but I did it by deliberate. That is a deliberate part of my design.
Of
Don't you
course,
understand?
I know.
Don't you understand? Oh, superb.
Thank you.
Superb. This
Thank
is
you.
fantastic.
Rumba, thanks.
Yes, people are busy because they're all running behind money. Somebody is saying that. Kumar Banu is saying people are busy because they're all running after money. Any thoughts about that?
I'm finding it difficult to spend money at the moment. I'm sitting at home. I don't know where to go. I don't know how to spend all the money that I've saved and gathered. I would have loved to travel. I would have loved to be in the Caribbean, but I can't.
Yeah. See, please understand.
And where do I wear diamonds?
So people give reasons that I have to earn, therefore I'm busy. I have discovered you can earn and also learn.
Yes.
And the only way for me, Janki, I have felt is years back, I used to be a voracious reader. Seetha, you still are. Okay, Janki, what about you? You read?
I
Yes,
used
I
to.
do.
I haven't even read these. Okay,
Now
before.
I also hear. I subscribe to some apps which allows me to, sometimes you find your own mojo, you find,
Audibles.
yes, the audibles, Storytel and,
Beautiful. So I'll share something with you. Over the years, I stopped reading and my attention span dropped. So when people send me something, I'll skim through part of it. I'll read a little bit. I can't say that I read it from cover to cover. But what I did do is that I read a lot of articles. Okay. I listen to, again, as you said, a lot of thoughts which are coming in, and I love to be with my books for human beings.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
so true.
I agree.
And it is so interesting, Janki, for me, as I meet different people at different times, they open up whole new spectrum for me. So the very fact if somebody is saying that I'm too busy, I'm earning money, I've discovered that you'll earn a lot more if you learn a bit more. And earning is not just in terms of dravya, money, but earning is what you want to take away from life. Your thoughts on that?
Another perspective is that if you love something that you want to do, you'll always find time. Whether it is even making that really nice hot cup of coffee, you're like, I don't have the time. I didn't get up here. It's like, if you want to write, you have to write, you have to practice. You don't see anybody say, when you play a sport, they say you have to practice, or when you do riyaz, right?
Yeah.
In music, in Karnataka, Hindustani. But when somebody says, you want to write, sit on that chair and write 500 words. I've had sessions with authors who say that every day
Report for
45
work.
minutes.
Report for work.
Absolutely. And that you will find through your own calling, not because somebody has told you, just because somebody has told you, no, you sit and do it for every day for half an hour. You won't.
Sometimes our old, what we used to do before, we think you disconnected with it and then it comes back.
Yeah.
Like I decided when I retired from media, I said, I'm not going back to television or, enough. I've done 37 years. And let younger people, brighter people do it. Technology has changed. I gave all these excuses. Sitting here in these confines, I suddenly got a new idea, a story. And when I started narrating it to my kids, everybody, they said, I want to make a film.
Oh, wow.
That's the next thing.
I
So
love
she,
it.
by the way, she does her. She started making some very interesting videos, and I will. I don't know how to share it right now, but she's made a very interesting video sitting here on
All
dance.
from my window.
All from
Oh,
her.
wow.
She's made
I
amazing
sat here and
friends.
danced in the same chair where you're sitting
yeah.
because I like that arch. And I danced Kasturi Tilakam. I sat and danced because I've broken my toe, as you
Oh,
can
dear.
see. Just a few days
So she's
ago.
got a broken toe, so she's not moving too much.
So I like Ashish. I'm also a restless person. I love people. I love interacting, and I am forced not to interact. So I have to create these multiple characters in me and have a conversation because if I can't have people, I can't just go inwards and disconnect with the world.
Wow.
So all these, okay, the dancer in me, the musician in me, the filmmaker in me, all these me's are coming up alive, and I'm having a small coterie of multiple avatars of me and having
Seetha
conversations.
Ratnakar.
What to do?
This brings to a point where I love quoting this because that is what I think predominantly we all are. Hugh Prather, he's a celebrated American writer. He says, a part of me wants to sculpt, a part of me wants to theorize, a part of me wants to act, a part of me wants to dance, and to put everything, and just focus on one thing would be to cut large parts of me.
Beautiful.
Right, beautiful.
No, I mean that's why people say, "Oh my God, so many things."
Wow.
But then each one gives you joy, na? Otherwise, you won't be doing it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I'll share with you. Years back, I saw this Tata Steel ad, and it said we
Also
make
make steel.
Yes.
Yes.
it just opened up. हम इस्पात अभी बनाते हैं. Tata Steel से हम इस्पात भी बनाते हैं. And what you said so beautiful.
Beautiful.
Nanki, I have also felt, and if we can all look at for ourselves, there are many facets to us.
Yeah.
Okay, and then as we grew up, we got a profession,
Correct.
and so people say, "What do you do?" And you say, "I do this." And so when I started off I want to be an actor. What do you do? No, actor, yeah. But what do you do? So that time people had no idea. But now, okay, acting is right. So even if you take one profession, then you become, this is what I do. But imagine there is more to me than you agree that I should be doing.
Correct. It's
So,
more than that visiting card.
yes, more than the visiting card.
Yeah.
And it's not a facet,
Yeah.
but I have facets.
Absolutely.
And what you said beautifully about quoting Hugh
Pratha.
Pratha. Very beautiful. I
Very
just love that.
beautiful. I think
That
Notes to myself, just
Okay.
tell, notes to the self, my struggle to becoming a person. That's his book.
wow.
I think.
So that's
I'll-
what we are. I think all of us are constantly struggling to become a person. It'll keep us going till the end of our lives.
Yeah, and
Because
just
there's so
imagine,
much.
you know, and this is something also which really inspires me. When I explore my facets each day, like I'm in this conversation, and a little bit later I'm going to be working somewhere for something else. I am gifting myself victory each day.
Absolutely.
So each one of us has many, many aspects. So, and Janki, one way of looking at it is that if I do not explore one aspect or five aspects, I'm only this, I've actually amputated certain things from my
Yeah,
life.
yeah.
And it hurts. Okay?
I'll
Now
feel
let's,
miserable.
yeah. And now look at the other side, Janki. Imagine when we are following those aspects on a particular day, no shooting,
Yeah.
but something else is happening.
Correct.
Okay, and not just something else, many things else are happening. And certain, as you said, I'm alone, you're alone in this place, and you got, but the mind is free saying, hey Sita, can you also explore that? So those windows open up, they let light in. At the same time, they are also creating avenues for you to come out. Yeah,
Absolutely.
this is awesome. So, dear friends, this has been an impromptu conversation with you all. And okay, yes, it is being shared on Facebook also, my friend. It is being shared. Okay, this is somebody saying, Devaswita Vishwas saying, life has knocked me down several times. It has shown me things, but I never wanted to see. I have experienced sadness and failure, but one thing for sure, it always I always get up and smile. Fantastic.
Way
Devasmita.
to go.
You know, this is the way. The point
Yeah.
here is that if you do not, if I, each one of us is an I, if I do not smile, then I am left with a grumpy person. You know, again, connecting back to what you started with, all of us are two of us.
Yeah.
Okay, this me and my spirit, you and your spirit, you and your spirit, you and your spirit. What point in having a grumpy spirit to walk this
Yeah.
journey of life?
Absolutely.
All right. So, if this is one takeaway that I got here today, and I'm going to have a very interesting conversation with them both uh, on something very interesting that they both do right after this, but that will come later to you as a video. The one takeaway that I get today is that this 2020 has been part of my life,
Yeah.
has been part of each our life. Let's not try and do a divorce in retro. No, it is already part of us. It's already part of us. The only thing that I think is very, very powerful is let's let's embrace what it gave us and keep moving. This 2021 is a new one if we make it.
Absolutely.
If we don't make it, if we keep talking about 2020, how bad 20, then those horrible memories will keep
Correct.
walking with us. All right. And so this is, and what is your take on this? And I'll start with you, Janki, then Seetha. As we step into 2021, what is the spirit that we could be taking with us into 2021?
The spirit that all of us embraced change. Like how? It was a change of everything, no? Change of completely. I mean, you looked at collaborations, you got out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
So it's the change that is the only constant. And this year, I think, has taught us the power of change and how you can. That is the power of change that you have, and the adaptability that you have to get into any mold. No, you pour this liquid into any form, and you might struggle a little bit, but that's okay. You'll get comfortable.
So what you are saying is that it is up to us
Absolutely.
to continuously break the mold.
Correct.
2020 forced us to do it.
Yes.
We had gotten used to a particular mold. We had worked very hard on that particular mold. 2020 forced us to alter it.
Yes.
And I agree with you, Janki. It's welcome. It has left me knowing that there is more to me. There are more possible.
Discover yourself
Yes.
every day.
Yeah, awesome. What would you like to share?
I loved what you said about the mold. That mold was what we presumed we had to. That was the shape of the
Yeah.
mold. We never knew other possibilities. 2020 that way has shown us endless possibilities of, changing that shape of the mold completely. And I actually am very proud of the world in general. In 2020, we have shown that we are a resilient world, and we have risen above a lot of this, centric thinking, which we were all tending to become, very eccentric and earning, living in that, and our worlds were getting smaller and
Smaller
smaller and
cocoons.
smaller, even though it was a global, the technology has helped us connect with the whole world. Personally, we were making our worlds extremely small, and 2020 has really made us come out of that thinking, that very narrow thinking. Our vision has increased, and the very fact that we know that life is a little brittle has given us an edge to want to enjoy little things which we have forgotten. And we're happy to be alive today. All of us are not making these plans of in 2025 what will we do. Things get better, we will. If they don't, we'll still find ways of
Wow.
meaning.
Yeah.
I think it's been a great learning experience, and maybe we learn a lot more as the months go by. We are learning each month. Everything is changing so much, even though it's one pandemic taken over the world, but so much of change is happening. There's discovery, self-discovery, discovery at a micro and a macro level. So it's a great.
Super. And Yamini Sriram Sivaram writes, in few days we will cross 2020. No matter how it was, but there would be something best to remember it for. So say bye to 2020, but with a big smile.
Yes.
Beautifully.
Very nice.
Beautifully put. And so on this note, as we get set to have some amazing dosas, the batter of that is
Not dosa.
Oh, sorry.
It's called Minapa Roti. It's a
Minapa
very
roti.
specific,
All right.
special
Okay, please
Andhra
tell us
dish.
something about
And
the
I've got
Minapa
some
roti.
savoury also.
Oh, wonderful.
So that's interesting. So we are looking forward to that, and it's really interesting. And yes. Rajesh Rangaswamy says, "Good morning. Truly enlightening session, especially what you said about embracing the past and welcoming the new year." Absolutely. So even as we embrace everything that 2020 has given us, because it has given us, even if we don't want it, we can't throw it away. So let's embrace what it has given us. It has given me, and it has given each one of us, if we look at it, an opportunity to think other than what we thought was our limit. It has truly made me limitless.
Absolutely.
Janaki. At the age of 55 and at whatever age, I will not ask. It
I'm
has
going to tell you
allowed-
anyway.
it has allowed me to really say that I can be more than what I ever thought. All right. So an absolute pleasure always.
Thank you.
Seetha, to converse with you.
We are able to connect in a totally different way, even though we've
Yes.
known. Look, 2020 has given us an
Wow.
opportunity
Yes.
to connect in totally different ways with each other,
Yes.
Ashish, though we've been friends for so long.
Yes.
So I guess there's a lot to be thankful for too.
Absolutely.
As long as we are safe and we,
As long as we are
healthy.
alive, we
Yes,
won't die.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, as long as remember this, as long as each one of us is alive, we will not die.
Right.
Janki and I have worked in Gili. That was our first interaction.
Oh,
and we were
lovely,
in
sir.
touch. Our kids were small; they're all grown up, and so wonderful, Janki, for you having come over.
Thank you for introducing me to.
I want this
Seetha
connect to
and,
continue.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Next time we'll have a conversation with him.
I think so. We both will grill him.
So that's what's interesting about friendships. For me, friendships are meant to be shared. When you meet some amazing friends, don't keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
Share them.
Yes.
I am also sharing my friendship with 2020 with you. So please, let's share the friendships that we've gotten in this year. Friendships with new things that we learned for ourselves, and friendship with new possibilities of life.
Lovely.
So as we thank Selvi for making this amazing coffee, looking forward to the interesting what roti?
Minapa Roti.
Minapa roti. Not dosa. Minapa.
Dibba Roti, Minapa Roti.
So Dibba Roti,
All the
Minapa
Andhras will know what
All
I'm talking about.
All right,
Okay.
fantastic. So look forward to, thank you so very much. Keep in touch. you can come over to my website, avidminer.com, and please feel free to follow Janki on what's your Instagram handle?
Ma Janaki.
Ma Janki.
Aha.
Ma Janki.
Yeah,
Ma
because
Janaki.
I played the role of Ma in so many movies
Okay.
that
But
I decided it's
one of my favorite songs, Ma Janaki.
Ma Janaki Chatapatta Jaya. Correct. So it's MAAJANAKI. I'm on LinkedIn and Facebook. Janaki
Fantastic.
Sabish.
I'm Seetha Ratnakar, but I'm not as often on Facebook. Yes, I do share a lot of my thoughts because, like I said, I live alone. My friends are spread all over the world. So that's the best way for me to tell everybody what's happening in my life.
Fantastic.
So I keep shooting things from my window, making small films, sharing it on Facebook or on YouTube. So this is what I do.
Wonderful. And what's your YouTube handle?
It's
Seetha.
Sidush, Sidush. But if you put Seetha Ratnakar, it goes to my YouTube.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Okay.
So that should be interesting. And my YouTube channel is Ashish Vidyarthi Official. You'll keep meeting wonderful people that I get to meet. It's a privilege to share it with you. Thank you so much. You have an extraordinary Tuesday, dear friend. Here from the banks of the Adyar. Lots of love to you all. Cheers. Have a scintillating day. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Janki. Thank you, Seetha.